Hello, my dear friends. Reshma here, welcoming all of you with a big heart filled with lots and lots of love. So, I wish you please share with your feedback and how you had been in the last few days. And I would try from now onward once again, to keep on and, keeping you updated with the continuous posts. As I said previously also, we couldn't have been because we were keeping very busy for a certain time, and even I was having and still having a bad cough, for which it becomes very difficult for me to talk also for a continuous stretch. And in previous post also you must have seen that at the end part of our post, I was coughing so much that we have to wrap it up at that time. So but yeah, the heart is into it every time. I always think about all of you, my dear friends, and I'm very, very, curious to know how you had been spending your time, any particular plan that you are having for your Christmas celebration or anything that, for the winter celebrations and things like that. So please do share. And yes, now moving onward, as we were discussing previously also, that what are the certain things that helps in a certain way to keep my calm and composure, which people say, I don't know how much I am being able to, which all of you say. And talking about the energy level, I guess that comes from because we practice certain things consciously also. After a point which becomes habit, those things reflects in a positive way, and somewhere they evolve in the form of, you can say, energy. So moving ahead from the empathy and kindness and compassion that I talked about and discussed in the previous one, another important thing that I have to try my level best in the last few years to learn. Yes, this is something that I literally have to learn in the last few years, and still I'm learning. I won't say I have completely, I'm learning, and that is, learning to let go. Yes, this is, I suppose, is the hardest thing, learning to let go. So many things happens in our life, and whatever happens in our life, they keep an imprint, they always leaves a trail. And many a times it happens also, ki we keep on circling in those trails, in those thoughts, in those whatever had happened, and mostly our head keep on revolving around those negative things, the bad things, the bitter things, things like those which traumatize us, which pains us, which makes us miserable. Those things keeps on coming to our head, and even at times we want to get away from those things, but somehow they keep popping up, which essentially takes a big part of our life, which kind of numbs our life, which you can say comatose our life so often, time to time, and those times are very difficult to handle. So the thing that can only help in these kind of situations is let go. Now, as I say, for this thing, at least that saying is easier than done. As I said, even I have to learn it and still learning. But trying to let go and allowing to let go is one of the important thing which impacts us in a very beautiful way, which is peace. Yes, because once we consciously allow those things to go away and still away, and try not allowing them again, in that case what happens, it's a kind of a peace that that encompasses us, that embraces us. And that peace is also very important, because peace is any form is important. Conflict, yes, conflict we can go ahead, but with a conflict there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Even the winner also so often think in their hindsight that whatever they have to go through those struggles. So every time winner doesn't always means to be winning. So it is better to let go. And if the things are very petty and small, like having a little fight with a friend, or little conflict of ideas with some team members, or certain life is not about pondering those simple things. I believe that life is much more bigger than these small things which are very petty and silly, if we have to give our focus on those things which are negative. So small things, if they are positive, is very important for me, because I live in the moments of the positivity that I harness and cultivate. But as far as the negative things are concerned, which are very petty, very small, I try not to focus on them. Even many a times I apologize and just make the thing shut. It doesn't always mean that if I am right, why I have to apologize. At times, with friends, family, it happens. There are conflict, there are, some certain ideas that doesn't goes well, and we are hurt, everyone. So in those cases, if it is, yes, many a times I apologize even when I know I haven't done anything wrong. In that case, at least it gives me a certain peace, gives peace to the other person, and things are sorted. So let go is very important if we have to have that calm and that peace. And this is another small hack that I try to, but again, it's very difficult. So now, the another thing is, it's trying to maintain, as I say, work-life balance, trying to. I know every time it's not possible, because nowadays we all are very busy with our work, and people have their ambitions, focus-oriented, goal-driven and things like those. But still, maintaining or having a kind of a work-life balance is important. So for me, when I am very busy, that time maybe I'm not getting that much of a time. But after that, I try to ensure that somewhere I balance it. Maybe, maybe that time after, going through a very, you can say, a bottleneck period of too much pressure, I try to take a few days easy after that, where maybe I work a few hours and then I take rest few hours completely, where I don't work anything, talking about the professional kind of things, because it's very important. Every time if I have to slog 365 days like that, then it is going to burn ourselves. And in that case, what happens is, we don't get that energy to put our full-fledged force and energy into the work once again. So again, maintaining the work-life balance doesn't mean we have to go for a holiday or a vacation. No, it's nothing like that. Work-life balance can be even if I am having 1 hour with myself. I try to have that 1 hour, with my tea and coffee, with something that I love, to chill and relax, maybe, with a piece of pastry, with a book or some song, or maybe in the Netflix, or playing with the puppies. That 1 hour is just mine. That 1 hour, I don't even look to the messages in the WhatsApp or in the Instagram, or who is following me, how many followers I do have, who is commenting what, who is giving what remark. I don't see anything at that time. Yes, if that 1 hour is mine, that is mine. I do not allow any kind of dust also to get into it, because once that 1 hour is my peace, sanctity, and I don't allow anybody or anything to get into, because that 1 hour is going to give me that energy to put my full-fledged 100% focus in the work once I start doing it. And work is worship, as I always say. So when I am working, that time I never compromise with my work. I never. Everyone who knows me, they know one thing, that my religion is work. When I am working, I am very honest and sincere. I do not play with that. In order to maintain that, I have to have that balance, that when I am resting, relaxing, being in peace, I don't allow anything. And so I believe, this is another very simple thing, but very important thing. Before the last thing, there are a lot of things. Another is, believing in yourself, which is very important. Many a times, situations become like that, where we are pushed. People, especially the people around us, they put us in the waste basket, you can say. They say, no, this is not your cup of tea. You won't be able to do this. You are not fit for this. See your counterpart. They are just moving ahead so much and what you are doing. So this kind of thing happens. We cannot control those kind of situations. But the thing is, if those time we get carried away by those critiquings, and yes, one thing before I try to discuss further, critiquing is good. Criticism in any form is good in a certain way, to a certain extent. We should be open towards criticism if they are positive, if those criticisms are helping us in any way in our growth. But in today's world, today's day, you will find there are so many criticism that happens just for the sake of criticism. Certain people try to criticize just to come in the limelight. You can say negative publicity. They just want to do that. So in that case, the thing is, we must be able to differentiate what is positive criticism and what is negative. If it is positive, yes, I have some lesson to learn from it, and I am going to work on those things in those areas to empower myself. But if they are negative criticism, in that case, we also must know that those things doesn't makes us, and those things doesn't breaks us also. We should not give the power into those things to make us or to break us. So in that case, what we should do at those times is believing in ourselves. I say to myself that I have pushed myself to this place. I brought myself to this place. I have earned this place. Nobody has given this place to me. I never take my father's name, mother's name, and the kind of people they were to give me this platform. I never took the publicity of my family to get to this platform. I have earned it, and that's what probably our parents also want every time, that our children, they earn their pride, they earn their respect. It should not be on the shoulders of their family's reputation. So I never ever, other than my private circle, I never talks also from the family I come from. If I say, so many people will instantly know my family, so many people know them, but I don't say. So the thing is, that time I have to keep on pushing myself into the thinking that this is what I have earned, this is where I have come from, the place zero to here. So if I can come to this position, it is by my own means, with the support of the God, His blessing, and many others. So I am fit for this. Nobody can take this away from me by their nonsense words. So even you have to believe in those situations, that it is you who is doing all the work. So you have to believe in yourself, no matter whatever criticisms are pouring upon to you. Even they can be storm like a hell. But yes, those are the times which test your backbone, how strong you are. Those are the times. Theoretically, I have a backbone doesn't prove anything. It is this kind of a situation which pushes us, which sees that how much we are determined to stand strong with our backbone straight in those storms, in the face of those storms. So believing in yourself is so very important, and that's what another thing that gives you the calm and composure. And once you get it, the thing that happens is it becomes a kind of your shadow. That time you don't have to practice, that time you don't have to try, they just happens. And one of the last thing that I tried consciously, which is perseverance and resilience. Very important, and I believe perseverance and resilience are two sides of the same coin. Now, in today's world, one concept is there: why do we persevere? If something is happening with me, I have to go straight away and retaliate. Now, I always say and believe in one thing: every time is not the right time for everything. Everything has its own time. And till that time, do not come. Till that time, do not arise. we have to persevere, we have to wait. And perseverance with dignity and grace. Many a time we persevere, but we keep on, saying all the nasty nonsense things. Why am I persevering? The other party should go through hell, blah, 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 blah thing. I should not be going through so much trouble, etc. That is not perseverance. Perseverance should come by with grace and dignity. That when I am persevering, I have to be like that mountain where the hammers and the chisels, the miners who are trying to break that mountain, but the mountain is not retaliating at that time. The miners, they are with their hammers and everything, they are trying to cut through the mountain, but the mountain stays like it is. That's what is called perseverance with dignity and grace. But then what happens? Once it passes through this time, it checks the resilience. Yes, because they are both sides of the same coin. Now, once the time stood is passed, that acid test is passed, many a times you see the mountain retaliates. Yes, landslide, so many things, but before that, for years and years, the time, whatever the time is, you have to give it that time. We cannot fight with the time. This is one thing I have learnt with my experience. Previously, when I used to be much more younger, I used to think everything that whatever I want, it should be in my own time comfort. Now I have realized that it just doesn't happen like that. Time has its own time, time takes its own time, and we have to wait for that till our time doesn't come. And till to that time, we have to persevere with grace and dignity and be our resilient best. That's what another thing, as I say, gives us that backbone. Stay strong, stay put, let the time to shine come, and then we shine. Before that, we have to be, that block of huge stone and that mountain. And once we do that, after that, nobody can stop us. That's what, success is all about. Success is not about the material thing. Success is all about what gives me that happiness where I know I have done my best in my own way to fight this battle. Any battle it can be. And that's what life is all about. And these are the little things that I've shared in my own way with you, which probably reflects, how I am composed or calm, or what reflects in my behavior. I say something we have to try, something we have to learn over the process, and after a point of time, those learning becomes a habit. And once it becomes your habit, then nothing can take it. And we have one life, so why just messing it in in the dirty nonsense things and just making it a complete complete thing which is just doesn't make any sense. One life, one time, we have to be happy, and for our own happiness we have to maintain that calm and composure and not allowing our grip into anybody's hand. So yes, my dear friends, whatever I knew I do in my life, today I shared a few of the little hacks with all of you. Please do let me know how you felt, and if you have some other things to share, please do share, because I am always open to learning, which will help me grow and empower myself. So thank you, my dear friends. Thank you all so very much. Wish you all the best. Thank you.